Hey guys, so as an LSAT tutor, there were some things when I was studying that I just wish I knew way in advance that for some reason a lot of people just weren't telling me about. There are pieces of advice that I've used to help a lot of my students and it's worked out really well for a lot of them, so I thought I'd share them with you. The very first thing that I wish I knew way sooner was that reviewing is way more important than how many questions that you do. Okay, in the beginning, I was just burning through all of these practice tests, just taking as many tests as I possibly could, doing as many practice problems as I possibly could. But I came to realize over time that it wasn't actually getting me anywhere. In fact, actually my prep test scores dropped a little bit when I started doing this because I was getting so fatigued and burnt out. So I was working really hard, but I wasn't really working very smart. And the way to work smarter is by reviewing, because you'll only get the feedback and you'll only truly understand what you did wrong in each question by reviewing them. So make sure you're always reading through the explanations, read the entire explanations provided to you so that you can learn from your mistakes and then apply them to future questions. Okay, the second tip I wish I knew earlier was that taking breaks can actually be a good thing. You don't need to treat the LSAT like it's a full-time job. And a lot of times people get really burnt out and fatigued. And when you get burnt out, it becomes this vicious cycle where your scores start to drop. Then you think the solution is to study even more, but then you get even more burnt out and your score keeps dropping. And then you wonder why that's happening to you. And most likely it's because you're actually getting burnt out. It's not because you suddenly just got worse at the LSAT, right? The LSAT is testing your skills. You don't lose skills overnight. So if your scores have been consistently going down, it's very likely that you're getting burnt out, and I promise you taking a break can actually be really beneficial for you. In fact, I've seen a lot of my students actually take a break for a couple days and then they'll come back, all of a sudden their score just jumps up, right? Now I'm not saying that's going to be a guarantee, right? But that's just something to consider. The final tip I have for you is to focus on accuracy over speed. So many times I see people just, taking practice tests, just trying to complete every single question, and as a result they're just focusing on the clock instead of the question in front of them. I in fact actually had a student who was consistently scoring below par in logic games, at least below her target, and I told her this little tweak, right? I would always tell her, just slow down, take your time. Even if that means you don't complete a full game, that's totally fine. Even if that only means you get through 3 games or 2 games. And it was very difficult for her to do that, which I totally understand. I get it's a timed exam, so it's difficult to not think about the clock. But when she actually was finally able to successfully implement this, it actually helped her go faster. Because I'm telling you guys right now, when you are focusing on speed, you are going to make careless mistakes. You are going to skim, you are going to misdiagram rules, you're going to misdiagram or misunderstand an entire passage when you're going through logical reasoning or reading comprehension. And that's where the answer lies, right? That's where the accuracy lies. So take your time, even if that means you have to sacrifice some questions. That's fine. Guess on them and just move on. Hope this helps you guys, and best of luck.